A thing of beauty, I would describe it as. There are occasionally goals, I've said it before, that get you out of your seat here, or you find yourself applauding. This was one. Everything in the build-up, Andy, but the speed of feet of Salah is extraordinary.
Yeah, and it was a stunning goal, Richard, to borrow the modern vernacular, in transition. From the minute that the header was won by Robertson at the front post, and Trent Alexander-Arnold sees an opportunity to release Shaqiri. Now, I thought he'd played this too early. I honestly thought he was going to take touches and move towards the goal line. He didn't. He had a look. He had a good look, which is what's good about this goal. A couple of touches from Alexander-Arnold to get it right. That into the space. To watch him. Look again. Then hit it. This touch there, not many around can do that. Because I'll tell you why, it's coming from so high, right? And the pitches are so hard these days, Richard. When you have to control it like that, it often gets away from you. Because your touch, Salah's first touch has to be perfect. And it was. It's as if the ball comes up off the ground and he just puts the top of his foot on it just to take the pace off. But normal people like me, I'd have gone like that. I'd have gone for a call.
There's a little adjustment in the gate. It's a smaller step that he takes, but the speed of the feet.
It's just it's the one he just to drop it. It's to catch it just as it hits the ground, bump, and he kills it. And then he uses the other foot, bump, and it goes. Wonderful skill. Wonderful. It's a great goal, I have to be honest. And not the only one. They had 3 great goals tonight. His first was a stunning finish. The third was 35 passes before they scored. 35. So 3 goals, all different in their execution, all equally as good. It's been a good night for Liverpool.
Like I said, they had to work at it, and the breakthrough eventually came. This is how it started with James Milner. Not best pleased, I wouldn't say deeply unhappy, but there was an exchange of thoughts here.
Yeah.
Milner's replaced by Curtis Jones. You sure? It's a half smile, look, and it's light-hearted.
Yeah.
And then Jones steps into the game, makes an immediate impact, and it's the reaction after the goal that I loved.
Yeah. Well, he gets involved, Curtis Jones. He's involved there, and he actually gets an assist because his pass coming up now is the one that arrives. But watch this is Salah. How many times have we seen him do that? Bend that into the far corner. Brilliant. It's just absolutely stunning.
Look at this.
And then they go.
Yeah, you're right.
You can imagine. That's why I'm the boss.
Brilliant.
That's why I'm the boss.
He wins it there, and then he's involved for the assist.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's taken him the best part of an hour. But even with all the claret and blue around him, he finds the gap. Watch it from this angle. Watch how narrow the gap is. But there it goes, through and up. It's just a brilliant finish. And that's what I mean about the quality of the goals they scored tonight. They've been kind of wasteful in front of goal in 4 or 5 weeks, but against Tottenham and again tonight, that instinct is back again. Salah's first goals in 6 games.
Told you. Yeah.
And
usually we'd be saying that perhaps could have shown Salah down the line, but no. You know what he's doing. It's just you can't stop it, can you?
Of course you can't stop it. The only way you can show somebody down the line is if you actually go into a stupid position and
team. It's a good win for us today. Play away and second game in a row as well. You need to win every game now. It's a tough team, to be fair. They play a really good game, and
you like West Ham though, don't you?
Sorry,
you like West Ham. Not tough for you.
Yeah, I like them. I think I scored a few goals against them, but it's a tough team. They are in a good position this season. So we just need to carry on and keep winning.
Did you feel a little bit of extra responsibility today? No Sadio, Firmino on the bench as well.
To be fair, yes. Before the game, I know that they are not going to start, but I know there is a big responsibility on me. But I just try every game, not just now, but every game, try to help the team. But because today they didn't play both as well, so it was big responsibility. But I played without them before, and we win also, so that's okay.
Look, like I said at the start, a couple of great goals, but I particularly wanted to ask about the first touch for the second one. That was the big moment, wasn't it? Killing it dead.
Yeah, it's a right foot. It's a practice. I just keep practicing training for right foot and left foot, but it was a good ball from Shaq. I have to give him credit as well. It was a lovely ball from him, and I just keep the first touch, and second also the finish was okay.
Do you have to think with something like that when the ball's in the air? Are you thinking about killing it dead, or is it just all automatic? automatic?
It's depend how the ball comes, because the ball I didn't expect it that way, and also the ball was a little bit high and fast. It's a great ball from Shaq. I want to just give him credit for that. But when the ball was coming, I was just expected if it's a little bit short, I have to take it with the left. But the ball was exactly in my feet, so just one touching it with the right and finish.
Just tell us. Obviously, you got a couple in the cup last weekend, disallowed goal at Spurs. But before that, bit of a barren run for you, bit of a barren run for the team.
I said before, I don't like VAR. From the beginning of the season, or even before, just my opinion, just kill the game of the joy of football. So, but here also, because it has to be like exactly in the same line. But I think in the Champions League or some other country, they give the striker more space, so if they score, it's fine for them. But here is exactly some. I don't want to complain about it, but I don't want to get fined or something. But I just like my opinion about the VAR. I don't like it.
Okay. Let me ask you now about the title race, because you've clicked back in to gear this week. City have been relentless for a while. After a mad sort of season up to this point, do you now think it will change and it will need relentless wins to win the league?
It's every year is like that. If you want to win the league, you have to win every game. But this year, City were struggling in the beginning. Now we're struggling like 3-4 games ago. And yeah, you just need to keep winning if you want to really win the Premier League.
Been a big week though, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's a really big week.
Well done, Mo.
Thank you. Cheers, mate.
Terrific, very well done, Mo Salah. We're going to see it again because we can and we want to.
You see, when I said to you I didn't expect Shaqiri to pass it, neither did he.
No.
You see that? He says, I didn't expect him to pass it to me then. It took me by surprise, the height it came at. But it's just this touch. Watch it. Watch him put his foot on it. There you go. See that? His foot on top of the ball, and it just takes it, because it's skipping off the ground at some height. Declan Rice, his hand at his head.
Watch Rice come into the picture. He's got a really good view of it, and I can only imagine what's going through his mind.
Yeah.
Eventually, he just puts his hand on his head. I can't believe what I've just seen.
Yeah, it's a really
good
goal.
Here he comes, so watch.
Really good goal. Again, watch the touch. Watch it. Just put your foot on top of it. There you go. That could go anywhere if you're only an ordinary player. It takes all the pace out of it, all the fire out the ball, as I would say, because when it's coming from that height, there is a lot of fire on it, and there's a bit of energy on it. So you've got to be very feather-like touch. Go on, just there you go. It's like wearing a pair of slippers. Just cushioned it. Great finish.
I'm just looking at Shaqiri as well. Did that just pop up?
No.
No.
No. He sat for him. I actually thought it sat nicely for him. There you go.
What a touch! It's just sublime.
Yeah, great goal. I've seen it enough now. Yeah, great goal.
You can see why he was also bemused, Jürgen Klopp. So next Sunday, Liverpool play Manchester City. Make a note of the kick-off time. 19:30 Mecca. Next Sunday. Both play midweek before that. But that might just...
No, don't say it.
Just...
Don't say it. It's not going to be.
Kick off on time.
I was waiting on that. It's going to be a league decider. No, it's not.
You just don't know.
No.
But hopefully it'll deliver. So many of them this year sadly haven't, the big ones, but I've got a feeling both
I'm not disappointed with that. I'm not disappointed with that.
No.
I don't think we'll get disappointed.
There we are. Manchester City, Manchester United, Liverpool. City's still with the game in hand. It's not must win, but it's got to win, really.
I think for Liverpool, don't lose. Must not lose.
Yeah.
If they win their game in hand and won against Liverpool, they'd be 10 points ahead of Liverpool. Yeah. With what? 17 games to go?
Here's Jürgen Klopp.
Well, Jürgen, I guess you'd have been happy with that, with a fully fit squad and a nice long rest. So, in the circumstances you did have, how satisfied?
Very, very. Great game. Very professional game, very controlled game against usually a flying side, if you want. And again, we had to. Yes, first half obviously we created something, not enough maybe, but we were patient enough. We controlled the game there already, and then little adjustments in half time, offensive positioning slightly different, and it paid off. And we scored wonderful goals. Wow, all three were unbelievable, and I'm really happy.
Was part of the adjustment at half time playing a little bit more direct or not?
Direct you only can play when you're on the right position. So we had in the first half too often all three midfielders on the wrong side of the ball. That means we found Shaq, but when Shaq turned, he had no option to pass apart from passing back. So we needed to adjust that. We wanted to have Div more in the center. And yeah, double 10 then with Thiago until Millie was on with Thiago and Shaq, double 10. And so we changed that. Millie is fine, but he showed signs of hamstring. So we found the right moment to take him off.
And he didn't think it was the right moment initially, did he? It was quite a funny moment in the end.
It was absolutely funny because we put him on. So Thiago was 10, Millie 6. Don't run that much was the phrase. Then I don't run that much and then you take me off. Yeah, but he said now, to be fair, if you take me off and we score in the next moment, I'm completely fine.
The manager knows best.
Not always.
Shaqiri's last touch was a good one as well, wasn't it?
Absolutely. Again, you say the manager always knows best. It's not true. I thought that he passed the ball too early, but what Mo made of it is just incredible. And the first touch was unbelievable, and then the fine finishing touch as well.
What's clicked back into gear this week, Jürgen, would you say?
It's actually nothing for public. We spoke a lot in the last few weeks, you can imagine, and maybe in the last week we spoke the right stuff. Maybe that was it.
That simple.
yeah. These boys are a really good group. So they're always since we work together, and they're not happy with not being successful, so with not winning football games. But they always stay in the right. They have the right attitude still, but they need the right information as well. I said it after the Burnley game. This was my fault, and now we found a way for us how we can be uncomfortable again for other teams. And the last two games it was like this, but now Brighton again, completely different game, possession team. You have to run a lot, you have to close gaps and all these kind of things. So yeah, it's interesting.
You've been talking this week, or you've been asked and you've given some answers about the search for a centre half. You've obviously got a little over 24 hours left. I'm now going to throw a name at you, and you're probably not going to tell me anything, but Ben Preston.
Tottenham. So Ben Davies as well, right?
I think there's another one.
Yeah, I know. Nothing to say about.
But you'd like a centre-half still? And is it possible?
So look, I said it all the time. In our situation, it makes sense. By the way, Nate Phillips played a decent game, and Millie shouted at Hendo, "You better be careful. If you play like this, you will play there for the rest of your career." So
might extend it a few years.
Yes, exactly. But so we said we always. Our eyes are always open, and we try to fix our situation. If we can do it, I don't know. If not, then yeah, we play like tonight. That's not the problem that we play. That with this lineup you can play. The only problem is always for us if something else happens, then we become a little bit short.